Hi guys, welcome to my channel, The Crafty Creech. So today I'm working on an end table slash nightstand. I'm going to show you how I blended latex paint and how I use paint to stain the wood. The first thing I need to do is sand. So I have my color choice here, and it's like a minty green, and I'm going to use a darker green to blend around the minty green. And I have my drawer pulls already picked out. I'm going to be drilling new holes and putting on new pulls. The first thing I need to do is sand. It is super cold outside today here in Michigan, so I like doing smaller projects like this during cold days because I have to go outside to sand everything. I almost always sand to prep. Sanding helps paint adhere to a surface. It is a very important step to prepping a piece to paint. Not properly prepping could cause your paint to simply peel off. So here I sanded everything with an 80 grit sandpaper, and I used my orbital sander. Now I have to go in and sand by hand the areas I could not get to with my sander. I like to sand until I cannot see any more glossy surfaces. Then I'm going to give it a really good thorough cleaning with soapy water on a damp rag. So I already had my husband drill the holes, and the previously drilled holes I'm going to be using a wood filler. The wood filler takes about 30 minutes to dry, so while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to start painting. So then once the wood filler is dry, I can take the piece outside and I can sand everything down back to an even surface. So as I stated before, I'm taking two different color paints. One is Behr brand and one is Valspar. They were both mistints, so I don't exactly know the name of the color, but I loved them and I thought they looked really good together. The contrast between them both was really nice. So I'm very lightly painting the light color first, and while it's still wet, I'm taking a super small amount of my darker green and dry brushing it onto the lighter color. Note that I am not changing my paintbrush as I am changing my colors. Because it's pretty cold outside in the barn, my paint isn't drying very fast. So I'm not really using water to mist my surface. If I were doing this in the summer, I would definitely need to keep my paint wet so I could blend it. I'm basically just brushing back and forth until the colors blend and mix together. I'm not applying hardly any pressure. On the sides, I didn't want the paint blended in any particular way, but on the front, I wanted the middle of the drawers to appear as if they were fading in, so I applied the lighter color on the inside and the dark color on the outside of the drawer. Then I lightly brushed back and forth till I liked how everything looked. It took a little bit of time to get my desired look. So for the top, I used a brown paint to stain it. I first lightly sprayed the top with water. Then I used an old chip brush that was basically on its last leg and I was about to throw away anyways. And I lightly brushed the brown paint onto the damp wood. Then, while it was still wet, I took a rag and I wiped off any excess paint. I just love the color of the wood top with the paint color on the bottom. So my very last step is sealing. I like to use a clear brushing lacquer. I always thin it with lacquer thinner before I apply it. It makes it easier to apply in my opinion. and there are less brush strokes. I just brush it on as evenly as possible. So lacquer takes about 30 minutes to dry. I applied 2 coats of lacquer to the top, and I also sealed the paint with 1 coat of lacquer. We added the cute butterfly drawer pulls, and voila, it's done. I think it turned out super cute.